Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, True Wellness Hub. Imagine strengthening your legs after 50 without putting painful pressure on your knees. Most people believe squats are the best way to build leg strength, but for many adults over 50, squats can quietly wear down the knees and make existing pain even worse. The surprising truth is that some of the safest and most effective leg exercises don't involve deep bending at all. In fact, a few simple low-impact movements can build stronger legs, protect your joints, and help you stay active for years. Today, we're going to walk through 5 knee-friendly exercises that experts often recommend for people over 50 who want strength, stability, and pain-free movement. As we get older, the muscles around the knees naturally weaken. Quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes all play a huge role in supporting the knee joint. When those muscles lose strength, the knee ends up absorbing more stress with every step, every stair, and every time you stand up from a chair. Over time, that extra pressure can lead to stiffness, instability, and sometimes chronic knee pain. Research consistently shows that strengthening the muscles around the knee can significantly reduce joint stress. When those muscles are strong and active, they act like natural shock absorbers. They stabilize the joint, improve balance, and help distribute weight more evenly through the legs. The key is choosing exercises that strengthen the legs without forcing the knees into deep, high-pressure positions. High-impact workouts, sudden twisting movements, and deep squats can sometimes aggravate sensitive joints, especially if there's already wear in the cartilage. That's why low-impact movements are often the smarter approach. Low-impact exercises allow you to build strength gradually while keeping the joint movement controlled and comfortable. Instead of stressing the knees, they help the surrounding muscles do more of the work. And one of the best places to start is with an exercise that looks incredibly simple, but can make a big difference in how your knees feel throughout the day. The first exercise is the seated leg raise. At first glance, it might seem almost too easy to be effective, but this small movement directly strengthens the quadriceps, the large muscles at the front of the thigh that play a crucial role in stabilizing the knee joint. Weak quadriceps are one of the most common reasons people experience knee discomfort as they age. These muscles help control how the knee bends and straightens, and they absorb a lot of the load when you walk, stand up, or climb stairs. The seated leg raise isolates these muscles in a way that protects the joint while still building strength. To perform the movement, sit in a sturdy chair with your back straight and both feet flat on the floor. Slowly extend one leg until it is straight out in front of you. Hold that position for about 3 seconds, feeling the muscles in the front of the thigh tighten. Then slowly lower the leg back down. The key here is control. There's no need to rush. In fact, moving slowly makes the exercise more effective because it forces the muscles to stay engaged throughout the entire motion. Aim for about 10 to 12 repetitions on each leg. At first, it might feel surprisingly challenging, especially if those muscles haven't been activated in a while. That's completely normal. Strengthening muscles that have been inactive for years takes time, but consistency brings real improvements. Over a few weeks, many people notice that standing up from chairs becomes easier. Walking feels more stable, and the knees feel less strained. Another benefit of this exercise is that it's incredibly joint-friendly. Because you're seated, the knee joint isn't supporting your full body weight. That means the muscles can work without the joint experiencing heavy compression. If you want to make the exercise slightly more challenging later on, you can add a small ankle weight or simply hold the extended position a little longer. But remember, progress should always feel controlled and comfortable. Pain in the joint itself is a signal to ease back. Now, the second exercise focuses on a muscle group that many people overlook when thinking about knee health, and that's the glutes. The glute muscles, especially the gluteus maximus and gluteus medius, play a huge role in stabilizing the hips and controlling the movement of the legs. When these muscles are weak, the knees often compensate, which increases joint stress and can lead to discomfort during everyday movements. Strengthening the glutes can dramatically reduce that pressure. One of the safest and most effective ways to do this is the glute bridge. To start, lie on your back on a comfortable surface with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Your arms should rest comfortably by your sides. From this position, slowly press through your heels and lift your hips upward until your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Hold that position for a few seconds, squeezing the glutes gently, and then slowly lower your hips back down. This movement strengthens the hips, hamstrings, and glutes while keeping the knees in a stable position. Because the motion is controlled and the feet remain planted, the knee joint doesn't experience sudden pressure or twisting forces. Many physical therapists recommend glute bridges for adults over 50 because strong hips help guide proper leg alignment. When the hips are stable, the knees track more naturally during walking and standing. It means less stress on the joint and better overall movement. Try performing 10 repetitions at a slow, controlled pace. As your strength improves, you can gradually increase the hold time at the top of the movement. Some people notice an interesting side effect after a few weeks of practicing glute bridges regularly. Their balance improves. That's because stronger hips provide better control of the entire lower body. Balance is incredibly important as we age, not just for athletic performance, but for preventing falls and maintaining independence. Which brings us to the third exercise, one that not only strengthens the legs, but also trains stability at the same time: the step up. This simple movement mimics one of the most common activities we perform every day, climbing stairs. But when done correctly, step-ups strengthen the thighs, glutes, and calves, while teaching the knees to move in a controlled, supported pattern. To begin, stand in front of a low step, stair, or sturdy platform. Place one foot on the step, press through your heel, and slowly lift your body up until both feet are standing on the step. Then gently step back down. The key is to move slowly and keep the knee aligned with the toes. Avoid letting the knee collapse inward. A low step is perfectly fine, especially when starting. Even a small height can effectively activate the muscles of the legs. For people with sensitive knees, step-ups are often far more comfortable than deep squats because the range of motion is smaller and easier to control. Over time, this exercise can help strengthen the muscles responsible for everyday movements like climbing stairs, stepping onto curbs, or getting out of a car. Perform about 8 to 10 repetitions on each leg, focusing on smooth, controlled movement. At first, holding onto a wall or railing for balance is completely okay. Stability always comes before intensity. As the muscles get stronger, the movement begins to feel more natural and confident. And here's something many people don't realize. The strongest knees are rarely built by focusing on the knees alone. They rebuilt by strengthening the entire chain of muscles that support them, from the hips all the way down to the calves. That's why the next two exercises we're going to talk about can make an even bigger difference than most people expect. They activate muscles that quietly stabilize the knee every time you walk, stand, or change direction. And when these muscles get stronger, the knees often start feeling noticeably better. One of those muscles sits just below the knee, along the back of the lower leg. It's the calf. Most people don't immediately connect calf strength with knee health, but the relationship is actually very important. Every time you walk, climb stairs, or rise onto your toes, your calves help control the movement of the ankle and lower leg. When the calves are weak, the knee joint often absorbs extra force because the lower leg isn't stabilizing properly during movement. That's where the fourth exercise comes in, the standing calf raise. This exercise is simple, gentle on the joints, and extremely effective for strengthening the lower leg while supporting the knee. To begin, stand with your feet about hip-width apart. You can lightly hold onto the back of a chair, a countertop, or a wall for balance. Slowly lift your heels off the ground so that you rise up onto the balls of your feet. Hold that position for a second or two, then gently lower your heels back down. The movement should feel smooth and controlled. Avoid bouncing or rushing. The slower you move, the more the muscles stay engaged. Try performing about 12 to 15 repetitions. As you rise onto your toes, you'll feel the muscles in the back of your lower legs activate. These muscles help absorb impact when your foot hits the ground during walking. When they're strong, they reduce the load that travels upward into the knee joint. Another benefit of calf raises is improved circulation in the lower legs. The calf muscles act like a natural pump, helping blood flow back toward the heart. For many adults over 50, this can help reduce stiffness and improve overall leg comfort during the day. Over time, stronger calves also contribute to better balance and stability, especially during movements like stepping onto uneven surfaces or walking uphill. If the exercise becomes easier after a few weeks, you can slowly increase the challenge by pausing longer at the top or performing the movement. on one leg at a time, while holding on to support. But even the basic version provides tremendous benefit when practiced consistently. Now, the fifth exercise is one that many physical therapists love because it trains both strength and stability at the same time. It's called the wall sit. At first, the name might make it sound intense, but when performed properly, wall sits can be one of the safest ways to build strength in the thighs without forcing the knees through deep repetitive bending. To start, stand with your back against a wall. Slowly slide your back down the wall while bending your knees slightly, as if you're about to sit in an invisible chair. You don't need to go very low. Even a partial bend can activate the muscles effectively. Hold the position for about 10 to 20 seconds, then slowly slide back up to standing. 8. What makes this exercise so powerful is that it strengthens the quadriceps in an isometric position. That means the muscles are working without repeatedly moving the joint. This controlled muscle engagement helps stabilize the knee and build endurance in the thighs. When the quadriceps are stronger, they help guide the knee joint through proper movement patterns during everyday activities like standing, walking, and climbing stairs. Wall sits also strengthen the glutes and core, which further improves lower body stability. For beginners, holding the position for even 10 seconds can feel challenging. That's completely normal. The goal is gradual progress. Over time, you can slowly extend the hold to 20 seconds, then 30 seconds. The key is to keep the movement comfortable. Your knees should remain aligned with your toes, and the pressure should feel like it's distributed through your legs rather than concentrated in the knee joint. If you experience knee discomfort, simply reduce the depth of the bend. One of the biggest misconceptions about leg strength after 50 is that workouts need to be intense or exhausting to be effective. In reality, gentle, controlled movements often produce the best long-term results. When exercises are joint-friendly, people are more likely to stay consistent. And consistency is what truly strengthens the muscles that protect the knees. Just a few minutes of these exercises several times per week can begin activating muscles that may have been inactive for years. And something interesting tends to happen as those muscles wake up again. Daily movements start to feel easier. Standing up from chairs becomes smoother. Walking feels more stable. Climbing stairs feels less intimidating. It's not because the knees themselves suddenly became stronger overnight. It's because the muscles surrounding the knee began doing the job they were designed to do, supporting and protecting the joint. Another important point to remember is that flexibility and mobility also play a role in knee comfort. Tight muscles in the hips, hamstrings, and calves can subtly alter the way the knee moves. When muscles pull unevenly on the joint, it can increase stress on certain areas. That's why combining strength with gentle stretching can often produce even better results. Even small habits can support knee health. Walking regularly, staying active, and avoiding long periods of sitting all help maintain circulation and joint mobility. The human body is designed for movement, and even modest daily activity can make a noticeable difference over time. The 5 exercises we covered today's aided leg raises, glute bridges, step-ups, calf raises, and wall sits work together to strengthen the muscles that protect the knee from multiple angles. They strengthen the thighs that stabilize the joint. They activate the hips that control leg alignment. They strengthen the calves that absorb impact with each step. And they train the body to move with better balance and coordination. The result is a stronger, more supported knee joint that's better prepared for the movements of everyday life. And perhaps most importantly, these exercises are accessible. They don't require expensive equipment, complicated machines, or intense workouts. Just consistent, gentle movement. As you start adding these movements into your routine, remember that the goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress. Many people over 50 believe that knee pain means they should move less, but in many cases the opposite is true. When the right muscles get stronger, the knees often feel more supported and less strained during daily activities. The key is choosing exercises that work with your joints instead of against them. Low-impact movements allow you to rebuild strength gradually while keeping the knees safe and comfortable. Over time, those small improvements add up in powerful ways. You might notice you're able to walk longer distances without discomfort. Climbing stairs may start to feel easier. Even standing up from a chair can become smoother and more stable. These changes don't happen overnight. But with consistency, the body adapts. Muscles strengthen, balance improves, and the knees begin to feel more supported with every step you take. It's also important to listen to your body along the way. Mild muscle fatigue is normal when you start strengthening again, but sharp pain in the knee joint is a signal to slow down or adjust the movement. Moving gently, staying consistent, and allowing your body time to adapt will always produce better results than pushing too hard too quickly. And remember, protecting your knees isn't just about avoiding pain today. It's about preserving mobility, independence, and confidence in your movement for years to come. Strong legs mean more freedom to stay active, enjoy daily life, and keep doing the things you love. So if you're over 50 and looking for a safe way to strengthen your legs while protecting your knees, these 5 low-impact exercises are a powerful place to start. Begin slowly, stay consistent, and give your body the chance to rebuild the strength that supports healthy movement. Your knees will thank you for it.